Be sure to follow my Instagram, Marspeed_official. It's a good place for more car content, and I'll answer all your questions and DMs there. Alright, hey guys, so today I just wanted to talk about some common myths or misconceptions about aftermarket exhausts. This is the number one topic that I get questions on, so here are just 6 myths that are out there. So the first myth here is that a lot of people think that just by changing your aftermarket exhaust system, you're going to get a ton of drone. And this is usually the case, yes, because drone is caused by removing your resonators. So the resonators are there in the first place to eliminate a sound wave at a given frequency. Now, if you do have an annoying drone on your aftermarket exhaust system, but you really like the sound, a resonator could totally fix your issue and eliminate that annoying drone. And just to explain how this works very quickly, look at sound waves with a peak and a trough. When the sound waves of a particular frequency, they're bouncing off the interior of the resonator, the peak of the wave will hit the trough of another wave, and that will cancel out the waves and cancel out your sound at that frequency, which eliminates drone. So basically, for this one, changing your exhaust to aftermarket does not mean that you're going to get drone, and you can fix it if you do have it. So this next one here is that removing the resonators will cause you to fail emissions and inspection, and this is totally false because removing the resonators does nothing for emissions. As long as you're not moving the catalytic converter or the oxygen sensors, and removing the resonator does not do these things, you'll have no problem with smog or emissions or anything like that. You might have a little more drone, as we just discussed before, but no problems otherwise. So I do see people asking this question often, but it's a myth because catalytic converters, or we can call them CATs for short, are an emissions control device that converts your toxic pollutants that are found in your exhaust gas to less toxic pollutants, basically taking out the bad stuff, and then the better quality exhaust gases will flow out of the car. So changing them or removing them might change the sound a little bit, or a lot, but it's not necessary at all to have a great sounding exhaust. One of the most common aftermarket exhaust systems is called the catback, or a catback exhaust system, including what I have, which just replaces everything starting behind the catalytic converter. And it's a great system because it provides you the solid performance and sound gains without the huge costs or emissions problems of changing your cats. So again, to get a nice sounding exhaust system, you do not need to change the catalytic converters at all or remove them in any way. So this next one is about exhaust pipe sizing, and unfortunately, bigger is not always better when it comes to your aftermarket exhaust pipes. So the whole point of exhaust is to increase your airflow and keep the velocity of the exhaust gases high. Going too small can make your exhaust system very restrictive, and going too big is the opposite. It reduces the velocity of the exhaust gases passing through the system because it allows the gases to cool and slow down, and that cooler air is heavier to push out. So instead of being restrictive, it's too open and there's too much space for the airflow to go. And because that cooler air is heavier, your engine has to work harder to push it out through the system. So usually sticking with the stock size exhaust piping is the way to go. The manufacturers know their shit and they've done their homework for you. But there is a chart here that suggests sizes depending on how many horses you got going out the back door. On the Dodge Charger with 250 horsepower here, for dual piping the proper size is 2.25 inches. And anything more is just unnecessary for the car and will probably slow your vehicle down. So this next one here about mufflers is totally wrong. The right muffler can actually make any car perform better, and most of the stock mufflers you see on vehicles are very restrictive, as their main job is to quiet the engine noise, so of course they're going to be restrictive. But performance mufflers are a lot more free-flowing and straight through inside, so this lets the exhaust gases flow easier, resulting in a louder sound, but also more power, better fuel economy, and reduced engine temperatures. So this one about mufflers applies if you have upgraded your single exhaust system to a dual exhaust system. So if you have done this, there's no need to now put 2 mufflers. You can stick with the one mid muffler because that just means less weight, more horsepower, a little bit cheaper, and basically the same sound as if you had 2 mufflers. It's not too huge of a deal, but I definitely prefer one muffler over two. Alright guys, so hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, subscribe for more Mopar and car content. I'll see you next video.